my color scheme. Let's go. They've learned. They finally know the truth. It's nice to be recognized. Make sure to save up your lunacy for the Foreman ID coming very soon. We got a deal going on. Disclaimer, we don't have a deal going on. I'm not in contact with Project Moon and never have been. I probably don't need to say that, but just in case.
Warning, I swear a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Limbus Company. I almost said Library of Ruina. I'm your host, unshaven and sleep deprived, which is both my name, status, and occupation. And we're here today for the thing that everyone wants until they get it. It's the tier list. As it turns out, we also have new extractions, and I think there's a new event as well. Let's have a quick look. There's a new event. I wonder if I'll get there in time. Maybe? I don't know. I've got to go through all of Time Killing Time first, and that's probably going to be somewhat lengthy. I remember the other intervalos taking at least 2 episodes for me to finish, so hard to say. But regardless, let's dispense with the pleasantries for now and go straight to the tier list. Okay, welcome back to the tier list. So, I think, looking at it preemptively, things are probably going to stay relatively the same as they have previously, but there are, I think, going to be a few somewhat notable changes. You know, the board will perhaps move around a little bit. It won't to begin with though, because Ryoshu stays in C tier. I like her, but nothing's really changed with her from like Canto 5 to Canto 6. She's a solid character. I have no problems with her really. It's just she doesn't quite shine as much as a lot of the other sinners do. Ishmael stays in C2, but at the same time, she's a better C than she was before, and she was already a decent C after Canto 5. I like her. I'll find myself liking her more and more as the days go by, which is great. That's exactly what I wanted, so I'm glad that's the case. Makes my life easier. Gregor remains S tier. We know this to be true. It was always going to stay there. He's my favorite. I love Gregor. He's fantastic. He didn't do much this Canto, to be honest, so I don't have a lot to talk about in regards to him, but I am very, very biased. I am Gregor pilled. It's just how I am. Sinclair, C tier. Same story as Ryoshu, really. I like him. He's a great character. But not much has changed for him between this and the last Canto and this one. Having the experiences in this Canto relate back to his experiences in Canto 3 though, having them reference Canto 3 as they went down to the basement with Sinclair being like, this is all a little bit familiar and it's making me a tad uncomfortable, was a nice touch. It's a good callback. I appreciate little details like that and helps to flesh out the characters. But other than that, Sinclair hasn't done anything particularly notable, I suppose. You know, he's fine. I firmly believe that not every sinner can have the spotlight at all times. Some of them need to be the straight people, quote unquote, not meaning sexuality, but mean like, you know, the sensible counterparts to someone a bit more goofy. I think these 3 characters do that quite well a lot of the time, but they also have their own comedic elements. Ryoshu's funny quite a lot of the time, honestly, and so is Sinclair. Ishmael does less comedy, but is more like an accent or a seasoning to a sentence, as it were. She's grown a bit from before where it just felt like she kind of ruined most jokes. Now she's an accompaniment and she does a good job of it. Honestly, there's not a huge, despite how you might expect from a tier maker, there's not a huge gap between C and S. There really isn't. It's just I gotta put them somewhere and I can't put them all in B and A, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, this seems fair. Yi-Sang in B, once again, hasn't done anything particularly extraordinary this Canto, but having it all referenced back to his research is a pretty cool touch. It does make Yi-Sang feel more important in the grand scheme of things. It already felt pretty important, but he kind of feels like he's going up to Faust's level of significance in the overall state of things, where Faust, either by herself or through whatever means in which she gleans this information, possibly her in-brain Discord server, knows a lot more than everyone else, and that makes her more important, just in general, than most of the other sinners, because she's in on a lot of what everyone else doesn't know about. And Yi-Sang certainly isn't at that level, but his knowledge of and creation of the mirror technology just elevates him a bit to be that bit more important in the grand scheme of things. Not to mention, N-Corp has at least a few previous members of the League of Nine. Was it League of Nine? I can't remember what number it was, but the league that Yi-Sang was a part of. And I like it because I like Yi-Sang, so the idea that Yi-Sang is important makes me happy. I like that. I'm gonna move Rhodia to A tier, not because she's done anything, but because I like her. I don't know, I just like her a lot. I think she has a perfect middle ground between being the straight person and the comedic element. She does both, and it seems very natural when she does either one. She's very good at both. I appreciate her presence for that. She is often one of the characters who figures things out, but they're also not afraid to make her seem a little less on the ball, as it were, and they have her ask questions or be the character who doesn't know, so usually Faust can step in and explain something. She feels like an all-rounder in regards to the role a character would play in a scene. She can do everything. She can do anything. She can do tragedy, she can do anger, she can do straight face, she can do comedy, she can do all of it. Perhaps not as well as other sinners. She probably won't ever be quite as funny as, say, Meursault or Heathcliff or Hongle, but she's better at doing other things than they are at doing them. As, you know, a trade-off. It's literally a jack-of-all-trades situation. I like her for that. Also, her knocking out Heathcliff was really fucking funny. Like, that really got me. That was super funny. And I also liked the idea that she has an absolute cannon of an arm and can swing like a pro boxer. I love it. I think that's fantastic. So yeah, I'm happy to have Rhodia in A. Meursault stays in A for now. He's not quite S tier, just because, I don't know, he's just not quite there. But the multitude tightening its hold on Earl King Heathcliff was fantastic, because we didn't even tell him to do it as well. So we're getting that impression that Meursault is starting to learn to act on his own accord, and learn doesn't even seem like the right word, to be honest. I don't think he's learning to act of his own accord. It's just Dante is encouraging him more and more to, don't wait for me to say shit, to do something about a situation. And Meursault's like, okay, I will now stop waiting and I will just act. And I predict that will come back to bite us at one point. Like, Meursault will do something and Dante will be like, why did you do that? And Meursault will be like, you told me to act on instinct sometimes, and that's what I did. And then that will lead to a bit of a conflict there where Meursault's like, well, what am I allowed to do versus what am I not allowed to do? Dude's clearly on the spectrum, so things like that are the kind of thing that kind of person would have trouble discerning, and I think that could make for some interesting character progression, character growth, and we just get more Meursault, which would be great. Looking forward to that. I am so looking forward to his Canto. I know it's not the next one. Next one's Don, which is going to be great. At bare minimum, it's going to be great. I know for a fact. Don't know if it'll beat Canto 6, but I know it's going to be great. But I am damn looking forward to Meursault's. It's going to be so good. And, oh, fuck it, you know what? Throw out everything I just said. I'm looking forward to every Canto we haven't had yet. That's actually how good they are and how good the characters are. I'm just looking forward to all of them. All of them are going to be great, because I love all of them. Whatever, it's fine. Hongle remains in B. Didn't do a lot this Canto, but I love him. I just love him. He's just great. I just love him. He's just fantastic. Dante, S tier. How can that be a surprise after Dante unlocked literal time powers in this one? They now have the ability to slow down time. They also did a fantastic job managing Heathcliff throughout this, including, I think, during the funeral, where Heathcliff went, you know, a bit loopy because he just learned that Catherine died, and Dante probably made what I would say was the smart decision, which was to not try and talk him down, because Heathcliff was practically frothing at the mouth, and nothing Dante could have said would have done anything in that situation, and Dante knew that. They were able to recognize the fact they know Heathcliff well enough now. Dante's had enough time with the sinners that they know when they can and can't talk to a sinner, and they knew that that was a moment they couldn't talk to Heathcliff. But after that point, Dante did a great job of just every opportunity they got, just kind of talking to Heathcliff a bit, and, you know, just kind of being like, hey, we're here for you, you know, like, you have changed, you're not the guy you were when you left Wuthering Heights, you know, you've improved, you're getting better, you're a better person. And then, of course, they bring it home at the end, which helps Heathcliff to steel himself for the final encounter, which is fantastic. And we've been seeing this build-up since, I don't know, it's hard to remember specifically. I'd say maybe just prior to Canto 5, but if not prior to Canto 5, then definitely Canto 5, where Dante starts working on Heathcliff a bit more, talking to him a bit more. It was definitely taking Ishmael's harpoon that was the turning point for getting a good relationship between Dante and Heathcliff. That was the turning point, I feel. But it's nice, it was definitely great to see it pay off more. And not just in a sudden moment of, oh, suddenly Dante knows how to do their job. It's like, nah, Dante's been working this angle for a while. Really trying to get Heathcliff to a better place and to understand him as well. And it worked, which was great. Otis is S tier. I love her so much. She's just the best. I just love Otis. not a Canto where she had much of a starring role. You wouldn't expect it to. It's Heathcliff's Canto, after all. She didn't do too much, but that doesn't really matter. I really like her. I don't know. It's fantastic that her Wuthering Heights ID was just a 100% cooler version of Josephine than Josephine. Because sometimes I feel like we get the Sinner IDs for like prominent characters in the Canto, and while they're cool, they're definitely not as cool as what they're based on. Like, I like Spice Bush Yi Sang. He's not as cool as Spice Bush Dongbag. He just isn't, because Dongbag had all that build up, and then the scene itself, and then she's an absolute beast during the fight, and she got like a unique track as well. It was great. Yi Sang can't live up to that. That's not fair. But Otis is 100% cooler than Josephine, although I wish she had more of Josephine's moves, because some of Josephine's moves are absolute beatdowns. Like, she lifts them up by like either the scruff or the throat, I can't tell, in the middle of an animation, and is just beating them and then throws them on the floor and stamps on them, and I'm like, I need more of that. I need more of that in anything. In all games I play, I need more of that. And I definitely want more of it from Otis. It's a shame that we didn't get it, but it's still a very cool ID, and I like it a lot. Heathcliff's S tier, come on. Obviously. Like, you know, some people out there, Heathcliff's not one of their favorite characters, and I'd say, fair enough. He has his flaws. He's very aware of them, but despite whether or not you're aware of your flaws, one would still have flaws, and Heathcliff certainly has flaws. But I really liked him a lot, but this Canto absolutely brought him to be very comfortably in S tier. He's just fantastic. He goes through a proper journey in Canto 6, and it's a rough one for him. It's a seriously rough one with an absolutely tragic ending. But it's one where it seems like he's gotten a lot stronger as a person. Like, he's definitely grown. He's definitely, I don't know I don't know how to describe it exactly, but he definitely seems to have come out of it a better person than he went in, and he was already doing reasonably well in terms of his overall personality going into Canto 6. Like, he allows himself to be the butt of a joke a lot of the time. Like, the sinners will make jokes at his expense, and he just kind of takes it with a little bit of grumbling. Back in like Canto 1, maybe Canto 2, probably Canto 3, but not sure, he probably would have started swinging at some of the jokes that sinners say to him now, especially in stuff in regards to Kathy. Like, I only took one mention of Kathy from Ishmael in the second intervallo for him to be like, we're fighting now. We are having a fight. I'm literally going to punch you. You know, like, a lot has changed. A lot has changed with Heathcliff. Obviously, all of the sinners have gone through some level of growth from Canto 1 to Canto 6. I would say, and this is certainly up for debate, so if you don't agree, that's fine. I would say Heathcliff has probably had the most dramatic change from Canto 1 to Canto 6. Then Ishmael, then Yi Sang. Heathcliff, actually, no, you know what? Yi Sang actually probably had the most dramatic change because he basically transformed after Canto 4. So fine. Yi Sang, then Heathcliff, then Ishmael. Which isn't to say Ishmael hasn't changed much. Ishmael has changed a lot. But those are the three biggest changes I've seen amongst the sinners throughout the Cantos up to this point. We've just beat Canto 6. Plenty more game to go. Plenty more character growth to be done. But it's good to see. It's why I like the three characters so very much now. I like Ishmael a lot more than I did before, but I appreciate their growth. It's very nice. Speaking of growth, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Faust is no longer in Faust tier. There is no Faust tier. Faust tier is gone. So I'm not going to make use of it this time because no one annoyed me, but I'm going to save a special slot on this tier list now for any sinner who, not saying they will, if they manage to piss me off during the Canto, they will go there. It will be a temporary place because I like all of them, but if someone does something in a Canto that really annoys me, and I'm not giving it, fuck it actually. Sorry Ryoshi, but you flubbed that roll. You flubbed multiple rolls. You flubbed them. You nearly made us lose the final fight. If that fight wasn't engineered to allow, I think, to make sure you don't fail after a certain point, we would have lost. I'd have had to have fought the whole thing again. Let me be clear though. That placement for Ryoshi is not based on her personality at all, or her as a character. It's purely for that flubbed roll. There's someone on Tumblr who only reposts stuff to do a Ryoshu, and they're going to be so pissed with me. But yeah, let me be clear, that has nothing to do with Ryoshu's personality or value as a character. I like her very much. But yeah, Faust, C tier. I just don't want her in Faust. I don't want Faust tier anymore. I just like Faust. I do. I love her IDs. I like her more and more as a character as time goes on. She's done some pretty funny stuff in regards to being kind of self-aware of how long-winded her explanations are and using them as a weapon. I think that was in the previous Canto or the intervallo just before that, I can't remember. But the point is, very funny. I enjoy that shit. She feels like she plays a better role as like Dante's advisor by this point, you know? Like, purely informational advice. She's basically like a Google search for Dante. Right, Dante asks a question, she checks her Discord, and then gets back to them on it. Which is... And she does the role better now, I think. It's more interesting. I think it was a bit dull to begin with, and I think that's genuinely because the writers had to take into consideration the possibility that people playing Limbus Company had not played Library of Ruina or Lobotomy Corporation or Red Leviathan or any of the other supplementary material which are or aren't available. I don't know, that seems to change on a daily basis. But the point is, they had to assume that at least some people were coming into Limbus Company completely fresh, with no PM knowledge whatsoever, and they needed a character who could logically explain that shit. The unfortunate outcome of that being, it made Faust a bit dull, at least in my opinion. But now that we're kind of past that, I feel like she's becoming a lot more interesting. I would say she's probably at least still the least entertaining sinner of them all. She's the least interesting to watch. But she's not uninteresting to watch. She's not boring, she's just a bit more boring than everyone else, you know? Out of a list of like 9s and 10s, she's an 8.9, right? It's not a bad place to be. I still like her. I like her a lot regardless. Don Quixote stays in B because there's, you know, no real progression on her part, but she continues to fill her role well. She's funny, she's very likable, she's very charming, she adds some noise and color to most scenes, which I appreciate, and I think the new Canto is going to be painful for those of us who like Don Quixote, because she's not getting through that happily, is she, really? There's no way. There's no way. She's too happy. They're not going to make it a good time, are they? Really? A good time for her, I mean. It'll be a good time for us, because we're, you know, doing a Canto, but I don't think she's going to have a good time. I just don't. Obviously, Charon stays where she is. She's funny, but she doesn't contribute much, but she gets there on pure comedic value. And then finally, Vergilius, I'm moving up to S tier because God, he just became a lot more interesting, and that remains the hypest moment in the entire game so far. It is so good, so good. His ego is phenomenally cool. I absolutely love it. A Gladius of all things. I never saw Vergilius before Limbus, so I didn't know what kind of weapon he used. I had no context for his abilities. I was excited to find out, how does this dude fight? What's his gimmick? How does he do it? What's his deal? The Gladius is awesome. I love the Gladius. Very fucking cool. The whole Roman Emperor / Crown of the Martyr, King of the Jews kind of situation thing when he manifests ego. Amazing. Fantastic. Loved it all. So good. Because it's clear, and, you know, maybe it's more clear to people who have read Leviathan, but I can't be bothered to read it, so stop saying it. Vergilius is clearly a martyr of some sort. Through what purpose, for what purpose, in what means, how he views himself in that matter, how it is actually the case, I don't know. But there is definitely a lot of martyrdom in the theming of who he is, but also leadership and, like, dignity, a regality, if you will. He stands tall, he wears the clothing of, like, a Roman emperor. The real-life Vergilius was like a poet or something, if I remember correctly, so I don't know how this ties into what his ego is, but it is very interesting, and I think it's very cool, and I like Vergilius a lot. I liked him when he was just a lazy spod who didn't even do nothing and just sat around eating cakes, but he's a lot cooler now, I gotta admit. And, you know, we got the context of, like, okay, he's not lazy, it's just his contract literally did not allow him to help out. But this was a situation where he's like, if I don't intervene, something really bad is gonna happen, so I've gotta jump in. I think mostly Vergilius' concern was this would result in the loss of the Golden Bough, 100%. This would result in the loss of Dante and the Golden Bough within them, which would be a huge problem. And also, he has a problem with husks, as we saw. Not sure what the deal is behind that, but he clearly does. And that's the tier list. I feel better about this one, except for the fact that Ryoshu is in what used to be Faust tier, but that is purely a joke. It is purely for funnies. That is purely for comedy, and it is because she flubbed that S3 against Elking Heathcliff, and that is the only reason why she is there. It's the only reason, I promise you. Fuck me, that was so bad. Like, yeah. I should have done better. I definitely should have done better in that position. Should have been more careful. But she was getting the max speed bonus. She was getting a bonus from BM. And she also had max SP. It was practically a shoo-in. Except it obviously wasn't. I need to stop using Fluid Sac to clash as well against dangerous things, because if you don't roll heads, its clash value is very low for an ego. But that's different stuff. This is the tier list, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm not going to be moving around the Cantos in any way other than Canto 6 is going up to top and Canto 4 is going down one because only one can be at the top. But yeah, Canto 6 is now, in my opinion, the best Canto. It is phenomenally good. It is extremely well paced. Everything is where it needs to be. Like I said before, it also has an not equal, actually. The comedy drops off after the funeral, or the beginning of the funeral. That's definitely when the comedy ends. Any real comedy from that point onwards was me making jokes. The player, you know, my violin, right? That's unintentional comedy. That's not built into it. That's just the person playing making jokes. But it starts off light. The comedy at the start even serves a purpose because it creates this light, almost hopeful feeling. Bearing in mind, this is coming from the perspective of someone who'd never read Wuthering Heights, so I didn't know Kathy was dead prior to this. And honestly, I think I prefer going through these cantos without reading the books, because I don't want to know that shit beforehand. Why would I want to know? Why would I want to know anything about the story beforehand? Surely I'd want to just go in and experience it fresh. But yeah, with the context of I had no idea Kathy was dead, going into it, and it's just really quite lighthearted and hopeful to begin with, and like, oh look, Heathcliff's just kind of stressing over his clothes and stressing over his hair, and it's that very typical like, oh that's cute, you know, he's nervous to see his old girlfriend again or whatever. It's not his old girlfriend, but you know what I mean, it's that vibe. And then the vibe starts to change the moment you arrive at Wuthering Heights, and it's like, this place is grim. It's grim, dark. There's a reason everyone makes Darkest Dungeon jokes, and it's not just because it's a house alone on a hill, even though it is, but also because the tone just gets darker. The whole color palette just fades away. There already wasn't a color palette because we got into T-Corp and there was no color about, but somehow everything just gets darker and less colorful, even though there was no color. I don't know what, less bright. I guess it just gets darker. I don't know. But that signals the shift in tone, and it's just a descent from that point onwards. Almost literally in one case, because we do go down to the basement and then proceed to stay down there for like, not half the canto, but we spend a long time in that basement. Think about it, actually. The canto was entertaining enough and enough things happened that most of us, I think, forget that you literally spend like maybe a third or a quarter of the canto standing in one location, not moving. You do not leave that room for most of the canto. But it doesn't matter, because so much happens. So much happens, and obviously you have the flashbacks and stuff, which provide a change in scenery as well. I'm talking too fast and it's making me burp. But of course, you know, all that stuff happens down there, which is fantastic. Then you have the Wild Hunt, which is nuts. Just the idea that like, okay, we're just calling in an army of like incomplete IDs, or not faulty, but like imperfect IDs, where they're all basically zombies. He's basically calling in an army of zombies. I said that Elking Heathcliff was basically a necromancer, and he is. He's basically the Lich King from World of Warcraft. He's Arthas Menethil. He has a fucking doom horse and a big fancy sword, and like he's a Dullen, you know, like it all fits. I'm not saying they took the idea of Elking Heathcliff from World of Warcraft. I'm just saying they're very similar. That's all. It's a similar vibe. Big, scary dude with command over the dead, even though they're not dead. And of course, every Catherine coming in as well was fantastic. It's just good to good to good to good to good, and it leaves just enough gap in between each of these events for there to be some, you know, to good pacing, but not so long that you forget details. Which is good, because there's a lot of fucking details, and it can be quite easy to get confused a lot of the time, because a lot happens. But The ending, of course, and the music, and the way the music is used. The way the music is used is the best we've seen so far. I think Compass is probably my favorite track. Previously, I felt like Fly Broken Wings, or whatever that fucking song is called, was the best utilized. It wasn't my favorite track, but it was the best utilized. Now it's definitely, through Patches of Violet, it's the best utilized song in the game. It is used so well in that final sequence. Low range vocals, high range vocals, low for the Heathcliff fights, high for the Catherine fights, coming together towards the end of the final boss fight, complete with new lyrics as well to round it off, to bring forth a sort of feeling of optimism, even though it's all going to end horribly, but great for the pacing of a boss fight. Stunning. Absolutely stellar. Loved it. Loved the whole thing. Didn't even care that Ryoshi nearly threw the whole thing away. It was fine. I just really enjoyed it. But yeah, no, Canto 6, phenomenal. Absolutely loved it. But the plan now, ladies and gentlemen, I think what I will do is I'm going to attempt Ritornello once again. This time with the hopes of beating it with my delightful 7 Association team. Now, if this is something you're not particularly interested in, then I think we've done all the lore stuff for today, and in regards to, like, you know, tier maker and stuff, and tier lists and what have you. So if that's all you want, then you're free to, like, check out at this point. If we win, then we'll probably do an extraction at the end, so you may want to skip to the end to see that. But otherwise, it's just going to be, you know, Mirror Dungeon, where we're abridging it fairly hard, and I'm throwing in some colorful quips every now and then. We see if we can beat it. So if you like that, then good news, it's here for you. If not, then thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. We'll be continuing along the main story with the minis and then time killing time. But we're not as high level as I'd like to be to take on Ritornello. We don't have anyone at level 45, but we are averaging level 40. We're doing all right. These are good IDs. Not amazing, not the best ones, but they're pretty fucking good. I reckon we can give this a solid try. It occurs to me all of them are up tied 4, which is pretty funny. I'm planning to keep Sinclair in reserve for when we get to boss fights and then bring him out so that he can put down his, you know, talisman shit for extra burst damage. But for normal encounters, we're probably not going to need him, so that'll be all right. Ritornello, I haven't touched this. Actually, let me see if I can upgrade some ego first. We might need that. And also, I need to make sure everyone has ego, so I'll be back in a minute. All right, I think this will do. This will be all right. So, really, the key plan, I think, as is always the case for a, you know, a Mirror Dungeon run, build up as much ego as possible, you know, ego resources throughout the start of it, and then at the end, pay it all off, because you're going to need it for every single fucking encounter, probably. Let's see what we can do. Like I said, a lot of this will be abridged because you don't need to see me win rate through, like, the first floor. It's not necessary. Let's see what we can get then. Oh, well, you know, Talisman Bundle's pretty good. I like Crown of Roses. But, yeah, on the harder version of Mirror Dungeons, it's definitely important to pick end-of-floor rewards that don't buff the enemies too much. Actually, if we could get Phlebotomy Pack, that'd be the one. Even though we do have fluid stacks, so we have healing readily available. Of course, we can't see what we're doing. Yeah, I forgot about that. I didn't check to see who I had selected. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
끝났습니다.
Fucking beautiful. God, 7 Faust is so good. I forgot how good she is. Oh. So much time of playing with Faust in the Wuthering Heights, in which she's very good. That's a solid ID, but it's nothing compared to 7 Faust. Oh, wonderful. It's a dark cityscape, but the buildings are well lit. It appears that they are powered by the massive buzzing cloud. At the center of the cloud is a sheep with 2 legs. It resembles a sheep. I think I already said sheep. The electric sheep seems to be in pain. Is it being siphoned of its power? Yeah, we want slash ego. Yeah, we do. Or ego gift, more specifically. I didn't mean to skip all that, but you know what? You've probably seen it before. It's fine. I know I have.
더 이상 얻을 정보는 없군요.
I love this team so much. I know it must be kind of boring to you guys now to see it again. And don't worry, we're not going to be doing Refraction Railway 4 with the 7 team. As much as I'd like to, because I love the 7 team, and I really would love to give that a try with my favorite team. I do feel like we should probably do a different one. And like I said before, at the end of the last episode, I've got an idea in mind. Subject to change, I suppose. For now, all I'm doing is amassing resources, which is why we're going to catch up on story content before we do Refraction Railway 4, unless story content keeps coming out quickly enough that I can't keep up, and we start to run out of time to do Refraction Railway 4, at which point I will speed it up. But, for now, I think we'll be alright. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, Foreman, have you looked into those gift fusions yet? No. I know fuck all about them. Still haven't bothered with that. It'll probably be fine. If I win, then I'm the best and obviously didn't need them. And if I lose, no one's surprised. So, fuck it. Faceplate, it's been too long.
부서진 훔치고 더 이상 얻을 정보는 없군요. 틈틈 관찰을 끝났습니다.
다시 복구하기 완전히 녹아내렸네.
Honglu, that was really nice. That was really fucking nice. I mean, I gotta tell you, like, obviously there are more cracked teams in Mirror Dungeon, but Rupture is fairly cracked. It's pretty fucking good. Okay, what do we got here? Defense level +2, defense skill, final power +1, but phlebotomy pack is so good. But enemy level up +3 is pretty bad. We could just get Crown of Roses instead. I'm gonna get the healing. Never know when that might come in clutch. I love playing it risky. Piss. Never fucking mind then. What do we got? Okay. What is this again? Units accompanied by other identities from the same faction as themselves gain offense level up equal to the number of other identities from the same faction. Technology Liberation Alliance gain clash power +1. That could be really good though. We've got a lot of 7 in this team. I'm gonna have a look and see if I can get that. Of course, if the mounting trials from it are too severe, it won't matter because we won't be able to use it anyway, but hey. What do you got for me? Scalpel. So that's just haste for more slash skills. Maybe the upgraded version is better. Can we check the upgraded version? No. I'm not sure I want to get rid of I Shall Nibble thee though. We wouldn't get rid of all of them, but to have less because Gluttony is the biggest, like, resonance that we do in this team. Actually, I Shall Nibble these a pretty good skill anyway. I should keep it. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do a refresh. Nothing good there. We'll do one more refresh. Intuition does suck. And the wrap up at high SP is a really good clasher, so I'm gonna do that, yeah. Okay, so we wasted a bunch on refreshers, but you gotta check, surely. What do you think? The shard suspended in air asks. Those things revolving around along the track. They're bound by an unseen force, aren't they? The shard is surrounded by 2 different types of tracks. Some rotate wildly, while some do so gently. But I'm not binding them here because I want to. They're stuck to me, you see. What do you think? I would like to level up. I pity the ones that are bound. Who will answer the question? Honglu, my boy, you've got it. Thank fuck for that. Really? What should we do? We'll be revolving together on a track that goes on for thousands of light years. If you pity them, and if I'm just revolving on someone else's track, I suppose we're all pitiful things. Oh, how very deep. I do love gaining levels though. Lovely. As I've said a million times on these things, get those fucking ego gifts in while it's still easy to do so, because those fights become way hard later on. Don't want to deal with it. Ah, the fucking jams. You love to hear it.
예측대로 빈틈투성이로군. 쓰러졌다.
끝났습니다.
So good. I miss beating up those robots. There's something weirdly satisfying about it. The sounds are especially nice. There's a real crunch to it. I like it a lot. It feels good. It's a good time. I like it. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff.
사건을 끝내러
Good stuff,
가볼까?
good stuff, good stuff. Oh, damp and slippery. This is the Emerald Forest. A grain rain was green. A green rain was pouring down, seeming quite sticky. You see someone next to you holding a large piece of lit grass like an umbrella. Oh dear, I'd advise against being hit by this rain. Hey, come on, get under this umbrella, all of you. Stand in the rain, you might melt down head first. 2 poise gifts, you say. I'm gonna fuck him up. What do you say? It's so cozy under this umbrella, isn't it? This damn rain robs me of all my food every time. I'm glad you can be kept savory at least. Oh, you're concerned the rain melts things. Ah, of course not. The rain would heal you, rather. Why would I say that, you ask? I mean, if you expose that rain, I'd have to go through the extra trouble of peeling off the silky smooth integument with my own hands. But thankfully, this spares me the bother. He finished talking, making a wild smile for its happiest occasion. The rain was letting up. Pretty lucky for him that he was able to talk for precisely long enough that the rain then stopped in time for the battle. Except it didn't, because look, it's raining. What a fool he is. Go for the head. Fuck him up. Go for it. Ah, love to see it. Of course, it's a mini-boss as opposed to a proper boss, so it's not nearly as dangerous as it might normally be. But, you know, he's still kind of tough. Wrap up nearly lost. Yeah. Oh, no, you can't win. Sad. That wasn't much blood. It's fine. No problems. We've already done a fair bit of damage as well. Churning. Don't attack the body then. Easy. Yes! He's got nothing. He's a joke. Everyone thinks he's really stupid, especially all his friends. Well, actually, that's unfair. He doesn't have any friends, so how could they think he's stupid? They don't exist. Oh boy, he's getting fucked up. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. Oof. Oh, beautiful. What do you got now, fairy boy? You reckon we should clash with casting shade? Should we do that? Nah. Nah, I don't really feel like, I don't feel like it. How about you fuck off? God damn. Good job, Heathcliff, well done. God, I love 7 Heathcliff. Oh, I love all these IDs. I really like 7 Yi Sang, but he does work better as a support rather than a main fighter. 4-leaf clover. When an ally of poise at combat start, critical hits an enemy gain 5 poise potency and 2 poise count. So Faust can keep up a poise chain from that basically and keep it going, which would be really good. Especially if she's using profiling, I think it's called. 1 fastest ally gains 3 poise potency and 2 poise count. Nice. And if it's envy, if they have envy, they get more. Which is lovely. What is the boss going to be? I bet it's that fucking wolf. I bet it's that fucking shitting hecking goddamn piece of shit wolf. It's worse. It's worse. I've never fought Dongbek in this before. I didn't know you could. I need to remind myself how she even fights. There's blooming. A +5 count takes sloth damage by count percent of max HP and become fully bloomed. A less than 5 count lose count divided by, or I don't know, lose count I guess. And she does rupture. Blooming, yep, count. Attack weight. Whenever she fails a Magnificent Spring Breeze, she loses SP. I remember this. Dueling. If Yi Sang has this effect, Dongbek gains 1 attack power up. Fortunately, we don't have Yi Sang. We should be okay, but I admittedly wasn't expecting this. You got it. You guys have got it. Don't worry about it. We'll just work her down super quick. She won't even know what hit her. She's only got 1 body part, so all of our rupture will just apply to her. It'll be great. Go for that. Yeah, we got it. I hope we got it anyway. Yeah, we got it. Everything's fine. Oh, what was I worried about? Needn't be. It's all good. Yeah, no worries. Spice bush, more like... Shut up. Ah, comedy. She's having a bad time. It's funny because I think this isn't exactly the team I used against her in the Canto, but I did use the 7 team, I think. But we didn't have fucking Hong Le back then. Funny how things change. We'll save that upper slash because it can be really good. And we'll just go for it. It'll be fine. Oh! I really should have been more careful of that, to be honest. Because, yeah, that does hinge entirely on that coin flip. That has caused us problems. It has. Especially since, yeah, Faust staggered, which means she didn't get to do her attack. And took another hit. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Should have been more careful. And now she's doing this. Honestly, it's pretty bad timing, all things considered. Faust has been... I need to be reminded how to do this. I feel fairly confident in saying they'll probably be dead by the time their turn comes around, and I reckon instead we should focus on Faust. Get her out of there. Should be okay. That's good. That's even better. You can even defeat non-fucking heads, tiff, clawed, turbines, whatever. Words are hard, alright? I didn't sleep very well last night. I never fucking do. I'm implying that's anything different. It isn't. Oh, yeah. Very nice. But wait, there's more. I came fucking stacked.
많이 따가울걸요? 일단 데이면 상처에서 안 떨어질 테니까.
That'll slow her down and apply rupture, which is very nice. But wait, there's more. If there are any plants left, there won't be in a minute. Fun. And then I think we'll get Fluid Sac going just to get Faust's health back. Or, you know, Phlebotomy Pack could do that, I suppose. I honestly thought we killed all of you. Yeah, she should be able to beat that, no problem. Should. Emphasis on should. No one's targeting him, so he's just gonna have to do damage somewhere. This shouldn't be difficult. And yet, here we are. And yet, here we are. And, Heathcliff, you can hit her in the back. That'll work out, probably. I don't like that I'm already having to spam ego, but to be fair, this went quite poorly at one moment, and that kind of derailed us entirely. I'm hoping Fluid Sac can bring us back on path. But we'll see. I don't think she has a stagger threshold, which means we're not going to get a break in this fight. This should fuck them up, though. Preferably, hopefully, perhaps. Just do a bit good, just kill them all, if you would. That's pretty good. Yeah, that dealt with them. Oh god, Fluid Sac makes me nervous now. That did 0 damage because she needs to go into phase 2. That's really annoying.
완전히 녹아내렸네.
Dealt with them, I suppose. That does nothing. We lost a lot of SP. Magnificent Spring Breeze. Gain 5+ final power for each living soon-to-bloom flower. Yeah, we got rid of those. Stupid. Dummy. We're doing alright for health, but SP is a bit of a problem, so I'm thinking a quick holiday to get everyone back on track and also to beat Magnificent Spring Breeze. And we should be good to go from there. But we should be fine. I don't foresee any problems. Maybe. See, it's all good. I told you, it's all good. What's even the problem? Absolutely winning and such. Yep, definitely. Yep, there's definitely no chance of that failing. Everything's fine. This is gonna suck for you. I love Holiday. I know, I've said it a million times, but lo and behold, it's 1,000,001. It's almost as if I've done over 50 videos on Limbus, and some of the things I say come up more than once. Go figure. Must cover with dirt. Ah, yes. I hope it goes well. Probably won't. We're not even going to break through a shield, I don't think. Which is fine, I don't think you're supposed to. At least she's got some slash fragility for next turn. I think Don Quixote mostly does slash damage with this ID, so it'll work out. Yep, and we're like this now. Withering Flower, 8+000, because, you know, the paralysis. That's not an accurate representation of how strong the attack is. What are we actually looking at? +1, okay, so it's not so bad. This is a bit of a risk, but I'm pretty sure you can do it, Don Quixote. Yep. Yep. Yep, that was a bit risky though, it was. I might just use Desagro de Sanche next turn. Yeah, let's not take a risk, shall we? Let's just win. How about we just win? I like the idea of just winning. Yeah, I'd like to just win. I prefer that. I prefer winning rather than not winning. Oh, it's been a while. Lovely. Marvelous. Fantastic. Wonderful. Brilliant even. Very good. Yes. Hey, we got all our SP back. Cool. Messed her up. Now's the time. Big damage. The biggest damage. Not much rupture damage as well, but a little bit. It's better than nothing, I suppose. There we go. That was harder than it should have been, frankly. Shouldn't have struggled that much. Oh boy. I could get Kaleidoscope, but they'd get 4 levels up, 10% less damage taken, and 10% more damage dealt. That's risky. Fuck it. I want a Kaleidoscope. What's the worst that can happen? Other than everything. Oh, another free one. Oh, lovely. Yeah, Talisman Bundle, definitely. The Rusted Muzzle would have been very good. Gamble, gamble, gamble. Oh. Honestly, the Starlight one would have been better, but I'm going into this with the knowledge that I might lose. Dog. Deal plus absolute value of SP by 1.5% more damage. When an ally with plus coin skills recovers from stagger, fully heal SP does not activate when corroded. For an ally with all minus coin skills, gain 3 paralyze at turn start. That's actually really good. Do kind of want the revolver though. I know -2 offense and defense level is not much, but it is something. But then again, Thrill. Yeah, Thrill. I don't think I've ever done Emotional Craving before either, so that'll be interesting. This is floor 3. Things might start to get tough. Just upgrade all our shit. Now every time we deal damage, we'll do Rupture. More Poise. Do we need healing? Nah, we're fine. Nah, we're all good. Probably should have brought Sinclair on that previous fight in retrospect. Do we go event or fight? This is probably... yeah, we'll go with this. Yeah, we'll go with this. This centipede is capable of discharging a high voltage. When we touch, when we kiss, that's what the sign attached to the tank says. Is this an aquarium or a laboratory? The segments of the creature spark each time they move, suggesting faulty connections. There are 2 buttons at the tank. One is shaped like a thunderbolt, while the other looks like a water drop. Now the thing is, I could do the battle, but I don't need a charge ego gift. That's completely useless to me. But a rupture ego gift... I may as well not fight here. What's the point? Just get the thing. Apply stimulation and pain to the centipede to increase the discharge intensity. So writes a message above the buttons. That seems to be what this one does. When you press it, a mechanical sound played for a short while. An item that resembles a battery casing dropped through the chute below. The centipede isn't moving. When hitting an enemy with a skill, inflict 3 rupture potency. That's great. That's good stuff. What kind of bothers me, and it just occurred to me as well, is that we don't have any ego that, or ego gifts that get us more resources. We haven't gotten any of those yet. Not the lighter, none of that stuff. And we could really do with it, actually. We're doing all right for resources, but they're definitely not infinite. And that's concerning. Oh, fuck you and everything you are. The barren mudflat reeks of salt and rot. What little jade-colored seawater is left there doesn't seem to have anything inside. A giant clam walks before you. With each step it takes, it sprays a fetid green muck. Is the clam the source of the contamination, or is it working to contain the filth? Well, let's see. I don't need a Tremor Ego gift, do I? So let's just get, you know, the piss. Sample the green substance. Ugh. Who should do it? Who indeed? You got it, Sinclair. Yeah, you contain some of the slime in a glass jar. This isn't simply a mass of filth. Numerous hatchlings swim inside. These tiny creatures are feeding on each other. Could they be the clam's offspring? Could they indeed? It went just great. When hitting an enemy with a Pierce or Gluttony Affinity skill, inflict 2 defense level down. Yeah, that's decent. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like it. More events. Oh, this is a good one. We know this one very well by now. Yes, get the painting off the wall. Yes, I will. Thank you very much. Homewood is great. love more healing. I do.
직접 백자.
Because it's, you know, it's cost that we don't have to spend on healing, which I love, because that means more business. I wasn't expecting to see you guys here, I've got to be honest.
그래, 얘는 처리했고.
Nice. And boss fight time. Don't actually know what we're going to go up against. It's probably going to suck. Might even be something I've never seen before, actually, because I've been avoiding all of these level floors that I haven't seen before. Oh no, it's just you. Again. Fighting you again. Granted, you'll be tougher this time, but not particularly concerned. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. I don't know. We'll see. Well, same as before. Go for the head. Go for the head. Don't tell the head I said that. Oh, you're fucked now, buddy. Oh, 278 damage. Ah, forensics rules.
예측대로
Oh my god. 459. I don't think we're even gonna get to effervescent corrosion.
더 이상
Nope.
얻을 정보는
We didn't waste a single resource on that round. Wonderful. Ooh. Ooh, the rupture gets good when it gets going. And when it gets going, it gets good. Thrill. But offense level 4, max HP plus 15%, and enemy level up plus 4. I think that's too much. I thought that said Erd Tree. I guess I've been looking at Elden Ring too much recently. But 30% extra max HP is quite ridiculous. I remember that fucked us over when we had to fight Gas Harpoon before, where she just had too much health. Because her shield was based off of health percentage, if I remember correctly. And she had tons of health, so we just never got through it, and then she kicked shit out of us. I'm sure there are other reasons why I lost that fight, but I remember that specifically. All I know is that's not an option, because that's just too much. It's between these two. This is useless to us. I'm gonna go Grimy Iron Steak. I love to gamble. Bollocks. You know, it would be pretty cool if we went up against Dongrang. It's been a while. So I'm up for that. I'll probably regret it when he kicks our teeth in, but I'm up for that. That sounds fun. What do we got? Bone Steak. May as well. Perversion, absolutely. Start getting those resources. Yeah, grand welcome to. Absolutely. And get more upper slash because regular slash is absolute fucking bollocks. Good, good. This will help us.
더 이상 얻을 정보는 없군요. 더 이상 얻을 정보는
We're doing just fine. At this exact moment in time, we're doing just fine. I think we'll be okay. I mean, sure, we have something that can do Tremor Burst, don't we? One of our ego attacks does, so that could be useful. I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. There's a long, wide road ahead. You see someone with a sign at the entrance. There's one-way road. No U-turns. If you take this road, it'll take ages to come back here. As the person claims, the road seems to be stretched almost endlessly into the distance. I'm going to go back the way I came, because the road might seem vacant right now, but it'll take for a bit. You'll see, the road is jam-packed with cars. You'll be slow to a crawl. Turning around is not an option either. There will be a car right behind you by the time you decide to go back. You made the right choice. It lightly smiled. The sign was still held high for whoever might enter this highway in the future. We will get that for one floor, which is alright actually. We'll get 100 cost from it. And healed after the boss fight. I should have gone that way. Oh well. That's sad. We seem to be doing better than we normally are by this point, which fills me with hope. Maybe it shouldn't. Maybe it shouldn't, but it does. I feel like we might be okay. Maybe. I don't know. I'd really like to beat a Ritornello run. I still haven't done it. I haven't tried since the last tier list. Or, did we do it on a tier list last time? I don't remember. I don't think we did. I don't remember when we tried this last, but that's the last time I tried Ritornello. I haven't done it since. I would like to beat it. Also, it'd save me a lot of time this week if I could just get all of my fucking mirror dungeons done in one go. That'd be nice. God damn it, that sucks. I need to do a charge team at some point, I really do. I have Warp Corp Ryoshu just sat in reserve doing nothing. I should probably do something with that at some point. Nothing we can really do here. May as well save our stuff. Moving on. Boss fight time. Oh, please, it would be very interesting if it was Dongrang. It would also be quite hard, but it would be interesting, and we like interesting. Kind of, you know, making a video. Would be nice if it was in... Ha-ha! shit, this video is copyrighted now. Bollocks, I forgot. Oh, well. It's fine, I can wait for some ad revenue, it's all good. Get wings with me is enough to get me started. Bind and paralysis and seeds. This was such a good boss fight though. I fucking loved fighting Dongrang. It was a good time. Remember when we beat up that guy because, I don't know, he wore a lab coat? Yeah, good times. Fair chance to beat that. Camellias, oh. I actually like this song more than I remember liking it. Something about it is just quite nice. I don't know. I forgot when it comes in. It's pretty good, yeah. Yeah, I like it, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, you know what? I don't even mind getting copyrighted. Ah, it's alright, it's alright. Nah, it's fine. It's all good. No problems. We'll see if it works out. It's been a while since I fought Dongrang, funnily enough, so this could be interesting. But it's going alright to begin with. Started. Oh yes. Oh, do a little bit of electric screaming. It's a pretty cool ego. I quite like it.
그대에게 보이는 이 전기 불꽃은 무슨 색을 띠고 있는가?
That's fun. I like it. I like it. Yeah. Good. Good. Fantastic. It's going to take a long time to win this fight, I'm sure you've noticed. He's quite durable. And resistant to our bullshit. Do we need to kill these trees quickly? I don't remember. I hope not, because otherwise we might be in trouble. Oh no, Hongler, that's bad. You're gonna get nutrient drain. Hongler, you've really fucked it this time. Look what you did. Then again, Hongler is pretty durable. Oh, for God's sake, what is it with every boss fight in this Canto stealing your fucking characters? I didn't think that's what it did. Dongrang heals. That's fucking annoying. Okay. We need to clash Dongrang because the amount of damage he does is fucking terrifying, but we also need to focus on taking out some of these trees. While this unit is present, Dongrang gains damage up and protection, yeah. Well, we're just gonna have to suck a big one this turn, but it'll be better next turn. It'll be fine. Probably? I don't know. We'll do our best. If I lose, that'll be pretty funny. I think people would find that amusing. If I lost, people like that. People like it when I lose, so I reckon it'll work out. That's a lot of damage. Not enough to kill any of them, but a lot of damage. Good. There we go, he's free. Thank fuck for that. At least we get some of our fucking turn economy back. Now we need to take it away from him. That's a lot of damage, she almost staggered. We might need to just do a bunch of attack weight ego to just clear them out. Kind of get on top of it, because we've kind of let this go for too long, is my concern. What are you doing? Why is there more trees? No, you didn't say there'd be more trees. Why are you still staggered? You should be fine. Hongler. God, it's been so long, I don't remember any of this. Count rises by the amount of HP Dongrang caused to heal at 50 plus count. Take gluttony damage by the effect's count. Gain 5 fragile and remove the effect. Right, because he's nurturing us for slaughter later on. Right, I get it, I get it. There are more of these trees than I wanted there to be. We might have to make some big moves to just clear the field. We're going to spend a lot of resources, but you know, Can you please hit some of those in the back row, please? That would be really nice if you did that. Well, contest one of them at least, I suppose. Go for it. See what we can do. Get rid of these stupid trees. I hate trees. Worst things ever made. Who even needs them? That's a lot of damage. They're not even gone. Just spam ego. That's how we win mirror dungeons. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. That just hit Dongrang and no one else. That's really upsetting. At least you got some SP back. Ryoshu, I need you to clear out some of these trees. I don't even know if you're gonna hit. No, you're not hitting any of them. Okay, cool. At least you'll hurt Dongrang. This was a bit of a waste, though. Yeah, it was a bit of a waste. Bit of a waste. I suspect this won't hit much either. This may have been an extreme waste.
이 왕좌에 묶여 홀로 통치하는 자일지니.
It is just a massive waste. Whoops. I hope you're ready to be a tree, Heathcliff. There's still a couple trees, and he's got another move now. Bollocks. We'll get another fluid sack because we're probably going to spend a lot of resources this turn, so just sort that out. And then you... Fuck it, one more ridiculous turn of stupidity. Just to sort things out. And then everything will be fine, and we'll be back to normal. It'll all be good. Fucking hell, that was close. Everything will be good. You know, so the trees will be gone, and like Heathcliff will still be staggered, but he'll be back next turn. We won't be taking seeds anymore as much. We get to watch a bunch of funny animations. That's always fun. We always enjoy these. Very good. I'm fighting this so poorly. I don't really care, I suppose, is the main things. I don't really care that much, but I do at least acknowledge that I'm fighting poorly. And this will probably bite me in the back when we get to the end of this, because I'll have significantly less resources. But it's fine. I ain't bothered. I cover him in goop, he'll be funny.
많이 따가울걸요? 일단 베이면 상처에서 안 떨어질 테니까.
Good old Ryoshu not spending a single resource. Oh guys, there's another tree. There's two trees actually. He's still getting defense. He's also doing please be my nutrient, which is frightening. All trees of desire heal 15 HP. If there are no trees of desire, spawn one. Aren't you cute? Yeah, nutrient sack ain't gonna fucking, or fluid sack ain't gonna do all that. But red eyes open probably would. Considering she's also getting a tasty little attack power-up boost. See, we already dealt with that. That's decent. More fluid sacks. We love them. Holy shit. That was loud. Ooh, that was close. We're using a lot of red eyes open today. Well, there go the trees. Yeah, no more trees from you, stupid. Good, good. Oh, Hongler. Oh, that was close, buddy. It was painful to watch how close it was. I really should upgrade this fucking ego. It's still at Threadspin 1. I don't have any thread on me at the moment. I need to do more Luxcavations. Alright, yeah, go with that then. Fuck it. Take that, idiot. You're now taking lots of rupture all the time. He's dead. Alright, cool. We didn't spend any of those resources. Oh, wonderful. Mwah. Or the SP either. Alright, yeah. That wasn't so bad. That wasn't as hard as Spice Bush, but it was still pretty rough. These all suck. Goddamn. I mean the mounting trials, not the things themselves. Base power +1, final power +1, max HP +20, offense level +6, defense level +6 max. That's probably the easiest one to deal with. And broken glasses actually seems pretty good, because if the opponent's faster, you gain clash power, which doesn't happen often, but it does happen sometimes, so I'm gonna go with it. I would have loved Thunder Branch, but... Come on, gamble! You're smoking gunpowder. That's not even that good, but fuck it. It's something. Mountain of Corpses, Sea of Blood. Yeah, go on then. Just because it sounds cool. Just because it sounds cool. I think it's a Wrath floor, which isn't actually good because we don't have much Wrath, but I picked it because it was cool. That's literally the only reason I picked it. Blue Zippo lighter, yes please. Fucking incredible. Exactly what we needed. Refresh. Replace Ryoshu's skills, replace Slash with Upper Slash, because Upper Slash is just better. It really is. Late Bloomer's Tattoo. That's good for Ryoshu. What about Rags? Useless for us. One more refresh. Voracious Hammer. Not worth it. Nah, this will do for now. We got some good stuff there. These fights are going to get a lot worse, so I'm going to avoid them wherever I can. That must be snakes, bugs, or the symbolization of fulfilled peace. It could only be one of these three things. All things can be summarized by one of those three things. You see a car in the parking lot, that's either a snake, a bug, or a symbolization of peace. Looking closely, the fence of wire and the countless corpses caught up and it can be seen moving. Those sacks of flesh entangled in painful ways must be the remains of those who perished in a war fought in the past. Now it moves like a living thing, wondering where the smoke war may have taken its place, or taken place. The concertina wire was a line crossed between you and me, and a separator. However, this rusted, blood-stained wire now binds us together and squeezes us so our flesh and eyes meet. We could get a Wrath and Pride, we could get a bleed gift, or an unconfirmed... I don't need a bleed gift. I'm gonna get unconfirmed. Who will shed the blood? I mean, Honglu's got plenty to spare. Was it by pity or some kind of sympathy? Or was it the idea that sharing the pain might reduce their burden? Drops of blood fall from the tip of the hand and seep into the flesh, little by little. The thing finally responds, approaching as if to look down on you. Maybe it saw me as the same as those who perished in the thick fog. When it opened its mouth with a pitiful look, a glowing object was inside. It might be a small token of consolation it's offering. You took the object. Cost 60. Gained.
금방이죠.
That's not the worst thing in the world. That's decent. Oh, no. Two very difficult encounters. Oh, on floor 5. This one, I suppose. We might have to start using our ego. We might. We'll see. That's not an easy fight, is it? Okay, well, alright. Also, we haven't seen Body Sack since. Oh, buddy. I love Body Sack. I love the way that in Canto 6 there was like a unique version, like 2 unique versions of it, I think. The one where he murders King Heathcliff for the first time, and the second one where he uses it to cancel out, or to counter, I'll stuff you in this coffin, or whatever it was called.
더 이상 얻을 정보는 없군요.
It's something, it's something. I think it really depends on what the boss is, I suppose. If it's a standard slugging match boss, I reckon we can handle it. If it's something with a particularly awkward gimmick, we'll probably be in trouble. Don't think I'm blowing anyone's mind with that assessment, but, you know, it's true. Broken revolver, yeah, that would be nice. That could make a difference. Bloody gadget, that is useful. Thank you very much. Yep. I'm gonna get rid of perversion because most boss fights don't have ads, so we probably won't get much out of that. I don't know, we'll see. Go for it. Ragged umbrella. Alright, we can use that, certainly. Anything we can enhance? Yes, we can enhance Ragged Umbrella. Pretty sure that's all we can do. Yeah, okay, right, well, whatever the fight is what the fight is. It might be Dongrang again. I did see him among the silhouettes, and if it is, we're in huge trouble. Please don't be Dongrang again. Please don't. Please don't. Come on. You fucking dick. You stupid big-hatted douchebag. It's just him, but tougher now. Oh, you shrimp-dicked piece of shit. Fuck you. What a wanker. And you know what would have been really useful for this fight? Perversion. Would have been really useful. We're gonna kill a lot of trees. And we're gonna be spamming fluid sac like a motherfucker, I think. We can at least spam effervescent corrosion. A bit. Not actually that much, but a bit. Can hit trees with it, can confirm. Tree hit confirmed. I say stupid things. And the trees don't stagger either, like, they just take, oh. Ooh, Radiant Desire, yeah. We do need to get rid of these trees or this fight will go on way longer than it needs to. But the chances are you'll probably lose the fucking clash anyway. What level are they? 62? Isn't that enough? Oh, surely these two will be dead by the end of the turn. We're doing so much attack weight. 20. 20 on Cultivate. That's terrifying. Don't do that. Don't do that. We're also not going to apply much Rupture Potency or Count because we're not doing any of our Rupture attacks. That did decent though. Please don't beat Fluid Sac. I can't deal with it right now. I can't afford to lose a clash. Also, people are going to be angry with me because I did the same boss fight twice. We've done 2 Leaf Gentlemen's, whatever the fuck they're called, and we've done 2 Dongrangs. Whatever, man. I don't choose the content chooses me. Except I totally chose this, and I did see Dongrang in the picture, but I was like, they won't bring him in twice? That'd be silly. There's no way. Surely fate won't turn out that way. No, of course not. I'm electric screaming right now. I didn't kill either of the trees. I think it did, actually. That's good. I'm pleased. That's good. That attack power-up will come in handy. At least we've dealt with the tree. Well, I think we've dealt with the trees. I'm not actually sure. I think one of them's probably going to get through. That's not a lot of damage. You did slow down the tree. He made the tree slow. Okay, so we did get rid of a bunch of the trees. But he is still spawning more trees. How long can we spam Ego for? Not long. Going by our lust. Not long at all. Okay, so Fluid Sac is the most... It does use lust, okay. Although I suppose Representation Emitter, if we don't need actual healing, this could do the trick. And if I'm right, it uses resources we have plenty of, so that might actually be the better call. Also, it's a better clasher on Tails than Fluid Sac is. At least one of the trees will go down from this. That's pretty good, actually. Both the trees went down. Marvelous. Tell you what, Ryoshu is making up for that fucking, Heath King. I can't remember. Earl King Heathcliff flub. She's making up for it. She's been very reliable in this Mirror Dungeon run. Very pleased. Okay, that literally requires 1 hit and it will go. Come on, Ryoshu, don't fail me. I need you to keep it up. Good. Also, Honglu's doing great. Yes, yes. That rupture damage will start to stack in a major way. Oh boy, it is. A little bit extra if you don't mind. Come on. Yes, fantastic. Oh, it's going well. Which makes me suspicious. It makes me suspicious. I don't know how I feel about it going well because it doesn't usually go well, which means, you know, it could go poorly. Oh look, the trees are back. I fucking knew they would be. At least we have enough people to clash everything though. We've kept on top of the trees this time. Almost as if Tremor Fracture. How did I even do that? I don't know. Yeah, I think fighting this fight earlier on actually gave me some practice. I think if I had to fight this without that prior practice, I probably would have lost. because I just wouldn't have remembered how to do it. It's going fine. It's not even going to be that big a deal if I beat Ritornello, to be honest. It's not that hard. Like, you know, it's no harder than fucking Season 3's hard mirror dungeon, or at least I don't think it is. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it is. It's just that I haven't done it yet, so I want to do it. Unfortunately, he's now going into Phase 2, so all that rupture damage is going to go to waste, which hurts me. Doesn't hurt him. He doesn't take any more damage. Like, no, you can't hurt me. I got to enter Phase 2. Nah, it doesn't count. No, I'm not ready yet. Nah. Why don't I get Phase 2? Why can't I decide not to take damage? All I'm saying is that everything's bullshit, right? I've got nothing to follow that up with. Just everything's bullshit and nothing's ever my fault. That's what I'm saying. And, you know, I know you all know that, but I just wanted to say it on the internet, I guess. I wanted to make it known. This is pretty good. Speed is not lower by 3 or more, although we could facilitate that, actually. I think we should. It might actually be important. There we go, 3 or lower, which means she'll gain extra. It's still neutral, I don't like that. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? I die? To be fair, we get most of all the rewards for this mirror dungeon run if we failed here anyway. And I do know that I can quit early and get all my people back, but that does feel a little cheap. I don't really like doing that. I never have, actually. Damage is being done. He's going down. It's just, he won't go down this turn. Not even with all that rupture. That was pretty good. That was also pretty good. I liked that. Ooh. And he took the rupture damage, of course. But he's still like 800 health, so it's not actually that low on health. If we can get one good turn, we can practically destroy him. It wouldn't take much. Oh, beautiful. Oh, majestic. Oh, Ryoshu's really brought it back. I need to move her out of person who annoyed me tier. She's already earned her way back out, absolutely. Marvelous. The trees barely knew what hit him. Time of harvest, huh? I think we might have him this turn just because of the rupture damage.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
Close. If you do 4 damage, we've won. If you do 4 damage, we've won. There it is. Yes. Ooh, fucking hell. Okay, right. Well, yeah, Ritornello. That's done. I've done it. Done Ritornello. Yeah. Wasn't that hard, honestly, but I was just convinced I was going to get fucked over again.
잊지 말고 가볍게 부어서 부탁드립니다. 역시 남이 타주는 차가 가장 맛있죠.
Good stuff. Good. Well done, Faust. You did very well. Did very, very well. Oh, look, those are some rewards, all right. We get 100, whatever the fuck those are. Yes, please. Oh, lovely. Oh, yes. That's a lot of fucking Battle Pass XP. I forgot how much you get for doing this shit. God damn. Wow. Wow. Oh, beautiful. Good stuff. We'll round this off with an extraction, I think. Oh, yeah, that's a bunch of thread. I probably should have checked that before. We'll round it off with an extraction. We got a lot of money. We got a lot of money. We can get Dimension Shred Otis or multi-crack office rep Faust. That sounds great. Let's give it a go. I know people are saying, save for Walpurgisnacht, and I'm like, I can't live that life. Can't live that life. Saving for whatever comes up. No way. Couldn't be me. Let's have a little look through. So, yeah, Ritornello went well, honestly. Like, I said it during the last fight, and I'll say it again. It's not that hard in the grand scheme of things. It really depends on what you go up against. If we got up against Gas Harpoon again, that would have been a very different story. Dongrang is much more manageable. But, you know, if you build a team well and you get the right bonuses, it's not that bad. But, like I said, I hadn't beaten it yet, so I really wanted to actually beat it. Ooh, Dimension Shred? Nope.
당신에겐 제가 어떻게 보일까요? 시간이
Ooh.
되어가네. 그 답이 있을까요?
Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it a lot. That's very nice. Everlasting Faust. Cool. We got a lot of Faust on this one. God damn, she really appreciates being taken out of Faust tier, doesn't she? You can tell. What's the deal with this ego then, hey? If target speed is slower than this unit, deal plus 2.5 times speed difference percentage, more damage, max 25%. At 3+ highest resin, inflict tremor potency by highest resin. After attack for 3 turns, lose 10 SP at turn end. Amplitude, I'm not going to read into all of that too much. When this unit uses a skill to trigger tremor burst on an enemy, you gain 1 haste next turn, 4 times per turn, including ego skills. Nice. Presumably a lot better at higher tiers as well. Fantastic. All right. Well, it's been nearly 3 hours, so I'm going to end it there, ladies and gentlemen. This was fun. I enjoyed doing this. It's been a while since I've done a mirror dungeon on camera, and oh god, ow. It's been a while since I actually had to work hard at a mirror dungeon, because I usually just do simulation ones nowadays because they're easier, I guess, and it's just easier, I suppose, and that's why I do them. But no, that was fun, and it was great to play with the 7 team and like use them properly as well, because they're great and I love them and they're fantastic and they're super cool and all these IDs are great. Like I said, when it comes around to doing Refraction Railway 4, we're going to use an entirely different team, entirely new team. Like I said before, I'm thinking Kurikumo just for fun, but I appreciate it will be difficult. Might throw the 2 ring characters in there as well to kind of round it off a bit, give it a bit more punch, but I don't know, we'll see. Either way, that's all for today. Next time we continue the story. Thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to Cuds, Kane of Samaria, Poe, Porkchop Lebrec, Scrubby Doo, Lifesteal, Zachary, Unclever Name, Crystalite, Summercat, Flanny, Painter Dragoon, Lyle the Hagsire, Lip Potatoes, Proxy, Caminera, Moa, Heartland, Harak J, Dressos, Lol, Final Legend, Etherbin, Linky, Zeon Cedar, Bimblewatch, Majoko, Maimun, Alkia, Honey Lawless, Sweet Baby Red, Jess Kitty, Plutonium Pie, Dreamer Ghost, Lep Lullaby, K-Bub, Magic Cow, The Frostbite, Monsoon, SCP-1068, Namad, and Kenny800 for supporting me on Patreon. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you all so much for watching. Yeah, it feels weird knowing that, like, obviously another Canto is coming, Canto 7 is on the way, but it's not currently available. It's weird to think that very soon we might just run out of story content for the time being, because I haven't had that feeling once during the 50 plus videos on Limbus I've made since the start of this year. It's weird. Don't know how I feel about it. I know Canto 7 will be along soon enough. Like, it won't be that long. It'll be this year, I'm sure. But it is still weird, you know? I hope it's not too long a gap, because I don't know, I just kind of want to keep going with Limbus, I suppose. I'm enjoying it and I want to keep going, so I don't have to wait too long. But if I do, that's the way of things. I'm not going to rush them. I ain't rushing PM on this. Fuck it, they should take as long as they fucking need. Let them cook, right? Absolutely. But I have nothing more insightful to say, so we'll wrap it up there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll wrap until next time. Story content, minis, will be starting on Intervallo, whatever the fuck, time killing time. So that'll be fun. And when that happens, I hope I see you there. Doodles, goodbye.